Hi my friends, today we want to install Oogaboooga version 2.0. There are always a lot of questions and we will answer them meanwhile this tutorial. So it is easy as it's written here, just you can install it. The easiest way is just doing this here, take the URL and hitting git clone, copy this in here. So my Linux sometimes makes a bit of characters. So now it is cloning, and yeah, there are always a lot of questions about Oogaboooga. It's done. So now we go in the directory cd, and it's like this text generation, ls. It's cloned, and then you just have to start it. And what I normally do is, you see here this CMD stuff. So if you do something with Anaconda or installing extensions later, I just do this first. That if I'm doing something and I forget it, I'm always in the Anaconda environment, which is installed later. So we don't do this now because it's, I guess, not there. But for now, start Linux sh, and it's installing. So but this is an important hint that you have to be in this environment later, because it does an Anaconda environment for you. And if you update pip or any other extension, you have to be in this environment. So okay, now it asks something, and I guess for everybody it is Nvidia, and the others I cannot help you. I didn't do this. It's A, and then it's no, cause this is just for really old, I guess, Kepler cards. So everybody who has an RTX card can say no, and you can go. And now it's installing. Another thing you should have installed is NVTop. This thing here, that you have, especially if you have two GPUs like I have. You see here I have a RTX 3090 and an RTX 4070 Ti. Um, it is sometimes important to see where is what going, and I will show you later that you can use two graphic cards, and it makes really sense with Oogaboooga to have two graphic cards. One which should be really good, and the other one can it can be a shitty old graphic cards with just 8 gig RAM. That's VRAM. It's completely okay. It is later for text to speech, and that this stuff can happen there. This makes it much easier for you. And that's the important thing. So just to show you, meanwhile it's installing, this is the text generation. If you go back here, you see there is a completely other section for the extensions. A few extensions come with Oogaboooga, but there are a few which you can later load in the graphical user interface. And sadly, a lot of them are not functioning out of the box. That's why I start this tutorial, so that I can help and answer a lot of questions. These extensions are really powerful. To make this completely clear, if you get them to run, you have the most advanced system on earth. Nobody can, if you run a few of these, no other system can beat this. For example, your LLM can really Google on its own, not like you normally hit something in a dialogue and enter URL. No, it can just Google and can extract information from the internet, which is really ahead of ChatGPT. Um, and it can wait the from the prompt. It can wait the how it presents you the context it gets from googling. And there's also other things. It can, for example, if you have the right text-to-speech model, um, it can talk foreign languages really proper without any grammar problems. No other LLM can do this. It's really so. Oogaboooga is really ahead, but sometimes it's really, really tricky. So yeah. I make a quick interruption and I come back if this is installed. So as you see, the process is finished and it tells you an URL here. And you can just copy it in the browser. But as you remember the tip about the Anaconda environment, so I hit just Control C to get out of them and ls, and you remember this command here, cmd linux sh. I normally do this. And you see the command line changed, and now you are everybody, or we think you change is just for the environment. And now we started again, and it says you have not downloaded a model, which is completely true. So you bring this in here, and success, you see here is Oogaboooga. And yeah, what we can do now is talking about the models, and it's I'll try to show you some things which you can do. First, here's the session tab, and here are the pre-installed extensions, which sometimes work, sometimes doesn't work. And you can, the extension I showed you earlier, like here, back here, extensions. You can really just, for an example, hit this in here, copy this line, and bring this in here, and this extension will then, if you hit enter, be installed. I don't do this now because I want to do one step after the other. And this is the model task. Perhaps it wants us. We don't have any model. We need a model. And I really advise you to try out this model first. It's Qwen 2.5 32B AGI. It's a model which is uncensored, and it's also the best multilingual model I ever tried. And this version, if your graphic card is big enough, um, takes the 32-bit version. So it's like you see, it comes in different sizes, and um, if you have 12 GB, you should get a smaller one, not the 32B. They are also good, but not as good at the 32B one. So what we do, and the easiest you can do this is like you go back to the model card here, copy this line, and um, yeah, just bring this in here, hit enter, and then hit get list. And you see now it says every, like, it's especially like here files, it's just every version you is available you can download here. So you cannot mess around with the URL. You can be completely sure this is everything is fine. And now we took out the model I suggested, and I liked really the IQ ones, which are a bit smaller and a bit slower, but they are really uh, um, much more cleverer than other ones. So we copy this out here, put this in here, and that's it. Now we hit download, and you see it starts here downloading. This is why I have this set up to see what the CPU is doing, seeing what in the back end is happening, and also the GUI. Um, what I forget is about the graphic cards. Why having two graphic cards? As you see, this is a smaller graphic card, the 4070 Ti, and I have also connected my displays to this card. I have one, and you see it takes about what is it? I guess 2 gig, 25% of it to, yeah, it takes, yeah, 1.5 gig, just Linux and the monitors. And well, this is what I say. And also we later we put the extensions in there, and this card stays at 0. So we just, the second card, we want only the big one for the model. And you run in problems if you run a model which is for RTX 3090, and well, it crashes, and you say, why? Well, it is made for this, yes, but it's not made that your displays are on this and that your text to speech is running on this too. It's just so this is for the RTX 3090 models, just for handling the model and nothing else, and then it will run really fine. So yeah, we I come back if the model is downloaded. Yeah. So now the model is downloaded, and I started the system again. As you remember, we pretend just to have one graphic card for the beginning. Later I show you to load them in two, or how much you want graphic cards. And yeah, we started. It's up, and then we reload our screen again, go to model, and if you don't start the system again, you have to hit this one time here to reload it, and then voila, here is our model. So, and just for science now, it takes a lot of values for suggested it, but I guess this is more for the high-end professional guys. You see, even with my RTX 3090 24 GB, if I hit load, let's see what happens. Zack, a lot of errors, and indeed I run out of memory. Unbelievable with 24 GB, but the new models have a really big context. So a few months ago, we just had for 4096 as context size, and we can try this again and load it. And you see the model is loaded and it's not running out of memory. It takes 18 GB. And then, well, let's try it. And for example, don't do the assistant, we do the example. Guys, I say hello. How are you? And you see, it is functioning. You can chat with the LLM. So, well, this is nothing that every LLM can do. This is nothing really mentioning. So we go back to the model task and we want to find out what we can tune here to have the whole context size. So I don't have it in mind. Let's see, this it was the context size. So I know. Before this, we just try to make this quicker, and um, if you don't have enough VRAM, don't be afraid. There are here two options that it can use the CPU and your RAM. And you just, if you have a normal gaming home PC, you just hit 8. This is not the threads of your CPU. Be aware of this. This has more to do with how many lines the PCI Express bus is bound to your CPU. So if you have a Ryzen or normal Intel stuff, just hit here 8, and the thread batch is really like what you think it is. For example, my CPU has 6 cores, so it has 12 threads, and it's like this. But for normal gaming, it's 8. Believe me, there are a lot of things in the internet which says it's really the threads of your CPU, but it's not true. You miss out performance. So I have 6 cores, and but the lanes on my PCI Express are 4 and 4 at least. So we hit 8 here. So, and we also want to have yeah, this should work. Normally, what you do is load, test it if it's loading, and but I don't want to do this now for the tutorial. I know that is correct. So the next important thing is tensor cores. Really important because these are on the RTX cards much quicker, but sometimes it's not running because of driver problems. So you should enter this correct tensor cores and then do another test. Can it load? And it can't. So tensor cores now is not working like this. We do tensor cores off and load and see, yeah, it's doing its thing. So we have to address this later, but maybe this comes with an update. I never did this on purpose. So we unload the model again, and we try another important thing, flash attention, which makes access of the memory much quicker. And see, does this work? And success. It's loaded with flash attention. It has some kind of errors here, but I guess this is what I told you. It's maybe the model is not loaded correct. No, it does. So yeah, what we ignore this first. I know what it is. It's Qwen needs something like this under parameters. Um, Chat instruction template, and this is important. Um, Qwen needs chat ML. We load this, hit load, and then we should be fine, and this error later should go away. And what we also should do is under parameters, hit save, and here the template comes up, and we save it. And I guess then the error goes away. So we unload the model again, and now we come to the important part, because we have this Q4, a 4-bit quantization. We also quantize the cache. That's the memory above the model itself, where is our corresponding um, context in. So we hit here Q4 0, and you see here is something. Don't get confused with Q4. It's here. It says if you use Llama CCP, you use Q8 0, Q4 0, and we use here Llama CCP. So you have to use this, and yeah, and also that you can do is use, because we can get it in the memory, no mmap, that it completely gets in and keeps it in the memory. It forces it to just keep it in the memory and don't use CPU and VRAM. So let's try this. And you see, this was much quicker, the loading itself. And you see now that the quantized model takes a bit of space, but we got it all in there, and we can see again. Um, we'll ask just what kind of computer do you like? And you see, it's completely functioning. And we go back to the model tasks, and you see this is nearly a good setting. We unload it again and try the tensor cores again. And load it. No, it doesn't do this. Would be nice, but it's until now it's not working. So yeah, congratulations. You have most running. And now we come to the fun part, because most tutorials end here. So we unload the model again, and we hit Control C here. And now we just get rid of the CUDA part. And now we take the full potential of Oogaboooga. Hit reload here. And now it becomes funny. We go to the model tasks, take our model, and Because I guess I didn't save it, we have to start again. So we hit here in 8, and here's 12. And we had flash attention. We had here Q40, and I guess we have no map. So, because we didn't specify anything, we can now here tensor split. We can tell the system how much of the model goes in this CPU and in that CPU. So, as I mentioned, you shouldn't overload the first CPU because the extension, your monitor, and a lot of things are running also there. So perhaps I know it, I take 30, 70, but you have to experiment really with this. And now we can split the model. So now we have split the GPUs, and well, let's try if it works. And you see, it loads in the first GPU and in the second GPU. And here you see the message which if we were loaded the first time, it says it seems to be instructor model with a template custom, and yeah, this is the chat ML would come here the first time, and I didn't read it, so now it loads it because we loaded the first time. So the model is in, and we try it again. Hi there. What about Mac? And you see it's working. And yeah, what else to say for the first time? Now you can chat with the model, and you can run it. You can even split the model on 2 GPUs. And what I forgot, I see this now here, is what I told you, row split, which makes it quicker to, if this it's split, we check if row split works. We unload it again. And it row split and see if everything else is fine. Yeah. So it's loading. And yeah, test it again. Mode 4. Yeah, and it's processing really fast. And it's working. So now you can chat with this model, and just to show here, you can just change the style of the chat. And yeah, you're ready to go. Have fun. And yeah, don't forget, if you load it, if you load the model here, go under parameters, instruct, and you have to use this chat ML to make this really work. So it doesn't hurt if you do this twice, but if you use this model for a longer time, just save this like we did, and it loads automatic. Also for the model, you remember I have to put this in again. You can also save this here, the settings, and then it builds a YAML file, and you can load this again. So what we now did, we reload a really big model in an RTX 3090, and we have plenty of space to deal with this. So now I have to. Um, I would want to do this later, but I have to tell you, you could not use this completely. There is a tab here, parameters. No. Yeah, generation, parameters generation. And I don't want to go in details, but to this maximum new tokens, something about how many tokens and processing your model can use. And you have to at least put this on 1024 that it even can use the full potential of the 32,000 context size. Yeah, you can go even higher, but you have to see how much space do you have here, and it can run out of memory. And yeah, you don't have to load or do something again. You can adjust this on the fly, for what I know. And I just hit save again here, and yeah, that's preset is saved now as a my preset, as a custom preset. Something else I want to know, it is not so important for LLMs, but if you do a lot of AI stuff, you should limit the power consumption of your graphic cards. Even with if they have the full power consumption, they are not quicker, they are slower because they can get hot really quick. And I just want to show you something. I have here a file, like maybe I can do this a bit bigger. Can I do? Can't. Let's see. Um, no, it doesn't do it. So yeah, you have. I hope this is big enough. So I have a file which is named nvidia pl point sh. So you can just start it in Linux. And these are the commands for the two graphic cards. You have to really get these IDs per card. And then you can just have here, this is the voltage, 225 for the RTX 4070 Ti and 250 for the RTX 3090, which are really good values. Even if you do video stuff, the cards run quicker and they don't get as hot. That's the reason why they run quicker. They don't get as hot and they are not power limited. So I just want to suggest you to make such a file, and before you start using your AI, start this function. Maybe I put a link in where you can find more information about power limiting your GPU under Linux. So that's it for now, and yeah, see you next time. And then we go on with installing extension. This will be much more funny and much more complicated, but the results are unbelievable with the extensions. So bye for now, and yeah, see you next time.